Planning.
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 Portfolio.
Portfolio.
Planning.
Portfolio.
Within advisory, the students are putting together a portfolio, and the portfolio is their story. It's all of the artifacts of who they are. It's kind of like this wonderful autobiography.
My name is James Garrison. I'm a junior at Skyview High School, and this is my portfolio. Your freshman year, you're just starting high school. You get here and you show up to advisory, and they're telling us you have to do this thing called a portfolio. And they give you this booklet, and it has absolutely nothing in it. And they say pretty much everything, every documentation you're going to have all through high school is going to go in this notebook. You can really use this as a tool, and this will get you where you want to go. You know, whether you decide to do Skills Center or if you want to go to a four-year college, you can really use this to keep it all in one spot, keep yourself organized, give yourself a map to get where you want to go.
Well, my portfolio, it has everything that I've been doing since freshman year. Inside a portfolio, you usually have about 3 best works from each high school year, as well as a copy of all your awards that you've earned. You have different tests you've taken to see what learning styles you have, and they also match you to a college and to a career. And you also have a resume in there and a cover letter. So it's pretty much the entire package in one binder, and it makes it really easy because when I need it for my student-led conferences, it's right there. I can just say, I did a really good job on this test, and here it is. And here's my new resume because I just got a new job, and so now it actually looks a lot better to put my job on my resume. Here it is. It's right there, it's easily accessible, and it makes the student-led conferences 10 times easier.
Most of the freshmen ask what is the point of doing the portfolios? They don't really understand. But when you tell them that it's part of the senior project and preparing for the future and laying it out, it really gives you a hard copy of where you're headed. They kind of understand it more. They see more of a purpose in it.
It's really important to take your portfolio seriously, to care about what you're putting in there, not just shove it all in and have papers falling out as you walk to advisory, to have it organized and to care about what you've done over the past 4 years and what it's made you and how far you've come from your freshman year.
It gives me something to compare my work now to and to see how I've progressed through high school, so really to see a transformation.
It's really given me a path to look forward to, and it's helping me plan my future.
Student-led.
Student-led. Student-led.
Student-led conferences.
Demonstrating.
Demonstrating.
Student-led conferences.
Demonstrating.
The student-led conference is about, that's why we're doing all this, is for you to be able to have really internalized it and present it to an adult in your life that you really care about, or who cares about you, and can guide you and further help you reach those hopes and dreams and goals and passions that you have in mind.
The first time I had a student-led conference, I was really kind of skeptical about it. I didn't really understand what it had to do with anything, but it really did make a big impact because it opened up a conversation between me and my parents about what I want to do throughout the rest of my high school years. Before you go in conference, they're not just going to send you out there unprepared. Your connections teacher will give you a rubric with all the things you need to touch on. And you look at the rubric and you kind of formulate in your mind, what do I want to say at the student-led conference? Get your best works ready and everything so that when you're there, you're not unprepared. You're ready to go. And then it really is student-led. It's not a connections teacher talking to you about, well, your student's done this and your student's done that and they've done a great job. Your connections teacher sits there, your family sits there, and you talk. And then once you're done talking, they ask questions about what you want to do. So truly, it is student-led.
The old model, the kind of traditional conferencing model, was that parents would come in and they'd kind of get the news. Is it good news or bad news? And so it was kind of set up as a tense situation and sometimes turned into kind of a reactive situation as well. Whereas now it's all proactive. We're preparing the students ahead of time. The advisors know what to expect. They're both excited to be there because it's positive. It's about the student and their future. And so parents experience that, and it's kind of like a breath of fresh air to them. Some of them haven't experienced that in a school setting before, period.
While you're getting ready for your student-led conference, the reflection part kind of kicks in, whether you realize it or not. and you're looking at your works and you're just saying, wow, that's pretty amazing. And when you convey that kind of a message in a student-led conference, when you convey the part that you are like, wow, I'm reflecting on myself, this is who I am, it shows to your parents. It shows that you are having a deeper feeling of who you are. You're understanding yourself just a little bit better because you're saying, I'm great at this, and so I think this will help towards my career because of such and such. And as far as being who you are, when you kind of look back and you hear yourself talk, sometimes a lot of people don't realize they're talking about a certain thing, but when you hear yourself talk, you kind of realize, wow, this is me. This is what makes me unique.
And my favorite part of it is meeting the students with their parents or guardian, or in one case I have a boy who is living with his older brother. So it's just that connection that you can have with a family. We don't get to have that very often. We don't have a lot of time for that. So that's my favorite part.
There's a certain amount of emotion involved and a sacredness involved where I am witnessing my students tell their story of who they are. And that is a magical thing that happens.
My parents don't really know all the work I do, so it gives me kind of time to shine about, show them how much I succeed and what I get to accomplish in school, and they kind of get to know me better.
It's not hard. I like it. It's a chance to show off yourself to your teacher and then your parents.
It's a combination of the portfolio and advisory, and it gives you time to kind of base your future and give you kind of like gear towards what you want to be.
It's kind of fun actually. I mean, you get to like show what you've done through high school,
but it's based on helping you succeed, and so if you put the right stuff in during your advisory, that student-led conference will guide you through your high school career.
I knew what was going on instead of the teacher telling me what was going on, because like in high school it's like it's about you now. You're carrying yourself, the teacher's not.